everyone, and welcome to Scrap Saturdays. I hope you're all doing well. I'm good. We're good. It's the last day of September, I believe. Is there one more day to go? I'm not sure. But we're almost in October. And I'm kind of going back and forth, right? I think I've introduced some new videos on my channel, but the Scrap Saturday videos will kind of continue to be a progression of the completion to my vacation album for 2016. And this is a photo of my daughter Gabriella and my son Augustino. And we weren't really trying to capture the kids, to be honest. We were capturing that gorgeous church behind them and just looking at the stonework and all, the details that come with architecture way back when. It just blows my mind. It's beautiful. It's not just a beautiful expression to the house of God, but it's a testament to what people were willing to build with their hands, whether it was a church or anything else. Of course, when you're out and about in Europe, excuse me, I say that like as if, hey, what are you doing this Saturday? Well, we're going to be out and about in Europe. Nobody does that, I think. I mean, I don't know if you do. Well, that's an amazing life that you live. But when you are somewhere, I mean, we do have that as well in Ottawa, and our parliament buildings do also reflect a time when so much detail went into building buildings. Yep. Such a long-winded intro just to say that. So basically, I'm trying to not only find paper, because as I told you on Wednesday, I don't have any paper left. And I said that, and then when I rewatched my video to make sure that the quality was good for YouTube, I laughed because I'm like, Monica, you're actually saying you don't have any paper? I didn't mean I didn't have any paper. I meant like the kit that I was working with. And I wanted to explain that part. I thought, I should say something about that because it's important to me to say that. I force myself to use the last few pieces of paper and kind of complete as much or kill that kit as much as I can, if that makes sense, right? Because if I dive into a new kit, or if I start reaching and grabbing for other things, which I did in this one, but this is still paper that I have. This is my reserve paper. I usually buy this paper at my local dollar store, and it is an American Crafts paper, and it's just one of those luck of the draws type thing where everything else they carry is a no-name brand, which doesn't matter to me anyhow, but when you do find a brand name thing, right? Let's be honest. It would be like you shopping at Walmart and all of a sudden they had a Burberry purse. Wouldn't you buy it? Of course you would. So this gold chevron paper and the polka dot black gold paper is just a very nice neutral pair of what was I going to say? Like a pair of pants? No. It's like a pair of shoes that you have in your closet that goes with everything and just helps you to build your outfit. You know what I mean. And so it was perfect for me to just complete this layout because the colors in the photo from the church behind the kids, plus what they're wearing, needed something like that. But I needed to get this done. And I keep saying that, and I hope that it translates for you. I hope that my, repetitive sentence of I just need to get this done really resonates with you, because I would be lying to you if I said to you that it was exciting the entire time when you have such a large project to do. And it is a project for me, and I'm glad that I have, a little bit of Felicity Jane kits in between that to break up the project that I have at hand, which is creating this amazing. I think it's going to be at least 5 albums big. I don't even know, maybe 4. And that's only because I don't know how to scrapbook without the bulk. And sometimes I think to myself, like, should I change my process so much and not include, the foam dots or the lifting of or flare badges? But then it would take away the essence and the fun of scrapbooking for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I try not to do that. I try to think, oh my gosh, and when I look at the pile of layouts that I have already to place into an album, I start looking at it and I think, oh my gosh, it looks like it's 3 feet tall and there's only like 20 pieces of paper. How the heck am I going to fit this into an album? But then I feel discouraged because I don't know, or I shouldn't say that I don't know how, but I don't enjoy scrapbooking in a flat way. It's kind of like whether you enjoy, mixed media, or whether you enjoy journaling a lot on your layouts, or whether, I don't know, I think you can translate and you can change your style, absolutely. But I think there's a certain feeling or a certain way that just can't be changed because it gives you that end result that you want. It's the craving of, right? We don't want to change everything completely. And so I don't know. I have no idea. I wish I could. Sometimes I look at other people's videos and I look at their layouts and they're so clean and I think, ooh, that's awesome. And I really want to translate that only because I feel that it would be easier. But then when I get lost in the moment, something like this where I haven't really used many of these stickers that came in the kit and they're gorgeous. It's not because they're not gorgeous. They are. I think this is secretly like the butterfly thing I told you about on Wednesday, where I've been hoarding these letters a little bit too much. But here I thought amazing looks awesome on this page, and the colors just went so well because there's so much gold happening, and the photo itself is grainy. It's another one of those pictures that I printed out with my picture mate where the quality wasn't there. Again, it's a cell phone picture, but the point is I'm getting it done. I didn't include me struggling to put down these letters on my acetate strip, and yes, I still use that technique quite a bit because I like it. Again, there's no up and down placement of the letters. I only have to line them up on that piece of acetate, and then wherever I choose to put it on my layout, I'm getting a flat, straight looking title, and I love that. And so then again, that scripted font, the gold place, I thought what a way to mix and match titles and give it the amazing place. And it is such an amazing place. This is still in the beginning. This is the island of San Miguel, and they have the most amazing churches. And my children were blown away. I mean, it's not something you see every day. And we do, like, currently we have a church that's being built because where I live, there's so many new people moving into the area, and there are not enough churches to hold Sunday service for all of us. So they're in the middle of building us a brand new church. And I don't know what the church is going to look like, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like all the other churches I see. But there's not going to be any more of these. Do you know what I mean? Any more with these ginormous hand-carved, doors and the white stonework that's just, it's gorgeous. I love it. I don't know if that translates for all of you, but to me, it's insane. I could stare at it literally all day. And everywhere you walk, every corner you turn onto, it's another building or another structure that has some sort of flair like this. And so I come back to the same thing, right? In that era, in that generation, everything was done sort of in the same flavor. And so it kind of, translates into my scrapbooking. I'm scrapbooking in the Monica style that I do, right? A lot of tags, a lot of tabs, a lot of little bits and pieces. I'm in that tearing zone. I like everything to be centered. I do like to place my photos in the middle. It's the way that I'm scrapbooking right now. And so I tell you that it's important to keep with that style because it feeds what you need in this moment. And then in another moment, we can grow and change, right? And we can learn and we can copy and we can mimic what we feel we want to do. So backing up a little bit, I think you've seen me play with that little half cutout from a Scraptastic kit. It's supposed to be a black and white antique camera. You see it poking out from the left of my photo. And so I'm just using the bits and pieces left on my desk. Anything that has the black and white type of translation is what I'm looking for. Again, another Scraptastic goodie bag full of flare badges. Those are the only flare badges I have left, except for the new ones that I'm collecting through Felicity Jane. And here again, that's the black hammer thing. It's actually upside down if I put it onto the left side, but that's where I needed the balance. So I kind of just let it go and I tucked it in there because it needed to be used and I wanted it to kind of fill in the space there. The only color that I'm bringing in is kind of like this muted minty green, the green on the flare badge. This pineapple that says right here, right now. Yes, I'm not sure if you know, but the island of San Miguel or the Azores, where my husband is from, is known for their pineapples. So secretly, one, it's the perfect color match. Two, I have to get it used. I mean, I've picked it up a few times. And three, it does make sense. Right? Because when you go to church, don't you think about pineapples? I do, especially if I'm hungry. So yeah, I really loved the way it all turned out. It wasn't really like part of the kit. No, I'm using another Project Life card here. I think I'm going to be stamping on the top there. These are some of my favorite Project Life cards. It's the plain pack that's kind of meant just for journaling, I believe. It's got a grid to it. So I always used to do this, and I'm coming back to it, where I'd cut it in half and then I'd anchor both the top and bottom. The top part has the grid part, and the bottom part I flipped it over, and it's a beautiful light gray polka dot. And again, it's the right tones, it's the right colors. This So Much Love is from a Felicity Jane stamp set that I made a whole bunch of tags before, and I just wanted to bring in some more of the reds that I felt that I used while bringing in that piece of acetate at the top. Again, just because I'm using it, just because it's on my desk, just because another piece of delicious layering makes me happy. So I'm coming in with the Sea Foam from Heidi Swapp, and it's not my favorite color, but it is the right tones, and I didn't want to make the background too busy. But the gold in the Sea Foam is perfect. So it's kind of like a little bit of mint green and a little bit of gold. So it's perfect. It was just the right amount that I needed for the busy black and white polka dot paper. And I loved it. Now that I'm looking at the layout in front of me, it really did turn out awesome. And I will come in again with some Heidi Swapp gold, just because I like the bubbling on top of. It kind of turns into like a crusty, that sounds like a negative word, but the crusty really looks good. It looks sharp. So I'm down to the wire. I'm almost done, and I love it. It's kind of not as colorful as the other layouts that are probably going to be into this, or going to be seen into my album, but I needed a black and white break. I needed this kind of neutral, get it done, nothing competitive, nothing to make the photo look any more grainy than I think it did. So I think I did well. I really like this one. It's a good one. It makes me happy. And of course, why not make it even more thick by adding some more foam dots here and there? So be inspired, my friends. Be inspired by what you see on YouTube. Make it all worthwhile. Make it worthwhile your time that you spend with me. And I am so grateful that you choose to watch my videos and that you're sitting here and you're being inspired. I hope you're being inspired by the true nature of what scrapbooking is for me. Yeah, sometimes it's not as fun, or it's a little bit boring, and sometimes I have to dig into a really old stash to just finish and complete a kit. But in the end, I think it always turns out. So a big hug, big hug. Thank you so much. Be inspired. Do what you love. Make time for yourself. Make time for this awesome hobby that we share together. And I am truly so grateful for all your love, all your comments. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.